I'm Jeff Cornwall, and this is the Entrepreneurial Mind. Today, my guest is Shawn Thompson. We'll be back to talk with him after this. Welcome, Shawn.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
So you've got a business that and this may be pejorative, I don't mean it to be, but you sell swag, right?
I sell swag, absolutely. Yeah.
Stuff we all like to get.
Yes.
I love that.
I'm the freebie guy, absolutely.
So how did you get into that business?
Well, I started almost 17 years ago. So directly out of college, I started working for a company, started there as an account executive. And I worked there almost 12 years, and I started my company a little over, almost 5 years ago.
Now, my understanding of this industry is is it pretty competitive? Is it pretty highly competitive industry?
It's extremely
a lot
competitive.
of players in the industry.
Absolutely. Well, not only is the industry competitive, but consumers are more informed. And so you can go online, you can Google, you have access to individuals who also offer some of the things that we offer.
So you're going to charge me $20 for that hat, I can get it for $10 over here.
That's correct. There's a challenge that we have, and that's why relationships are so important. And so I think my customers, we get a chance to not only do business, but I can tell a story about what worked well with the customer in a similar industry, how we were able to help them be successful. And I think that's the value add with working with customers.
So explain that a little bit more. What might you do for that client?
Yeah, so again, my logo is my company. We do promotional products. Anything you can think of imprinted with your cups, pens, hats, shirts, all that good fun stuff. And a little bit about our industry, we're a $21 billion industry.
Right.
And so very unique. And if you think about it, whenever you do any trade show, any special event, you generally get something that has the event's name on it. It may be a lanyard, a name tag, the conference bag, a pen, a mug.
Stuff we all get.
Absolutely. And so it's all the free things that you generally get at those particular shows. And so we help our customers brand and market themselves through putting their name and logo on those items.
Do you help your customers figure out what's the best item to put that on?
Absolutely.
Because quite honestly, I feel bad for some of those people who put their names on certain things that just kind of, well, unless I'm not their customer or whatever, but they just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
And then other stuff I get, I still have on my desk today.
And that's what you want. So you want life beyond the event. And so sometimes people will spend money. I think that's one of the challenges with going online and just ordering something that's inexpensive. Is it going to help you keep your message in front of your customers for years to come? What's unique about our industry is that, we started with calendars in the industry, which makes sense. So you put your name and logo on a calendar. So for 365 days of the year, this is a constant reminder that I use this service for whatever reason. And so that's where our industry started. And so again, when our customers don't use a consultant to consider what to print their name and logo on, I think you have those things that get thrown away. So good example. We've printed water bottles, or bottled water.
Right.
You drink the bottled water, as soon as you get done, you're going to toss it. Absolutely.
Right.
Is that the best use of your funds? And so that's what I help my customers see. Again, how can products have life beyond that particular event?
It's interesting also, I've found over the years that certain kinds of people like certain stuff. We used to get really nice speaker gifts for people who came to my program.
Sure.
And had our logo on them. But what I found is the favorite thing that we ever did was a hat.
Is that right?
And it's not very expensive, and you can buy a whole bunch of them for pretty cheap.
You can.
And they just love it. And so we just change a color. Sure. And they're all excited because they got a different color. Sure. So sometimes it's not necessarily the most expensive thing, but it's a thing that they'll use and value going forward. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You want to be the company that they think about when it's time to either purchase or use that product. And it doesn't matter what the item is it going to make me remember? So what'll happen, Jeff, if you give me a card today and you ask me for your card 6 months from now, I don't know where that card might be.
I can tell you where it is. It's in a landfill somewhere. Exactly. No offense, Shawn.
Exactly. But if you give me my favorite mug, or if you give me this hat that I love to wear when I'm out golfing, I know where I can find that. I know the name of your company. I associate you with that particular item, especially if it made me feel a certain way. If it makes me feel like, man, I don't even know if I deserve to get this for free. Like, how cool is that?
I have one of those.
Yes.
I have one of my alums. I helped him out, and I got a kind of a windbreaker. It's actually a raincoat.
Oh.
And it's the only raincoat I have, and I wear it all the time. We travel in Europe a lot.
Sure.
Just came from Alaska, and I wear that. And every time I get that, I'm thinking, God, it was so nice of him.
Yeah.
And it probably didn't cost him that much, but his logo's all over the world.
But you know exactly. So if you forget his name,
I'll
years
never
from
forget
now,
his name.
I'll never forget, what's his name?
Best coat I've ever had.
Right, exactly. You know how to go back and find him. Absolutely.
That's awesome. So talk briefly about that decision to go off on your own. Kind of what was a catapult that got you to say, I'm gonna be my own guy here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a scary step.
It's a very scary step. I think there's several things that happen. When you're in a commission-based sales position,
You basically are your own business.
I've always been my own
Right.
boss, and if I don't kill it, I don't get a chance to eat it.
Right.
So the fear of me not producing, that wasn't the challenge. I think you always have limiting beliefs when you look to venture out into something. It's unknown. It's the abyss, really.
Right.
And so if I'm going to do this, how can I make sure that I'm successful? And so one of the challenges for me was, I knew that I was smart enough. I'd been in the industry long enough. I was a marketing major in college, went to Tennessee State University, and I had 12 years of experience in a customer base and great relationships with the customer. So considering that, and considering that I wanted more for my life personally, and I wanted to be able to leave some type of legacy, and the fact that we help individuals who are great in their profession, but they're not great in moving their message forward.
Sure.
Or sharing their business.
Which is most of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so a promotional product to me is more than just a cup or a pen. It's how can I help you be successful in your business? So when your customers think about you or your products or services, they go directly to you. How can you do that? And so for me, it was the thing that made me launch. And so because I knew I was smart enough, I knew I had a great, strong customer base, I could venture out. And again, that was 5 years ago, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Well, congratulations. That's a great story. Thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.